And a very good morning to you. It's Monday, the 10th of December, 2018. Nice early one for this morning. Good morning and welcome to Bracknell in Royal Berkshire for this morning's United Kingdom talk. Was that picture a little bit bright there? There, I should settle down there. I think I got the wrong settings for one of the cameras on there this morning. Sorry about that. Yes, a very good morning to you. What's it like out there today? Looks a bit cold, actually. Looks a bit cold and dull. Hopefully the sunshine will come out. Yesterday, just after I finished the show yesterday, I did indeed go down and make my spaghetti arrabbiata sauce in the slow cooker. So that would have been about 12, 1 o'clock sort of time. And I had to, because I didn't have any frozen onions in the bag, I had to cut up actual real onions. God dear, how difficult is that? Tears streaming down my face, and I hadn't even lost any money. You know, often I find, I don't know about you, but I find, I've only got to lose 10 pence, a 5 pence piece, and I'm turning over the house upside down for something like that. Don't you hate that? Losing the odd coins? Because yesterday, of course, I lost my keys. Couldn't find my 2 keys first thing in the morning. Nearly made me late for church. What would Father have said? Mind we had different priests yesterday. I don't know where our one was yesterday. So that's it. I had the slow cooker went on. After I had my lunch, that wasn't lunch incidentally. That was the nighttime meal. Oh yes, we need to be properly prepared. Slow cooker. Have you got a slow cooker? Wonderful machines, dear. You just turn it on, put it all in, leave it. Done. No stirring, nothing. You can stir it a little bit if you want to, but no stirring or nothing. And then 8 hours later, a wonderful meal comes out the other end. Not everything works in a slow cooker. I did try a couple of lasagnas, as indeed my nephew's wife tried to do lasagna in a slow cooker as well. And for me and her, didn't quite work out. That doesn't mean we've done it wrong. It's just how it is. It doesn't kind of work in the slow cooker. Everything is cooked, but it's kind of all a bit floppy. If it's a bit, and we don't like floppy, do we, girls? It's gone floppy. It'll be all right in a minute. No, it won't. Once it's gone floppy, that's it. Go away. Send another one in. Sounds like me and chariots. It really does. Anyway, so after that, I had my lunch and then I went over to my mate's house and we watched nearly the whole film, which is available on Netflix. Highly recommend it for you, especially if you've got children. You want to watch. You want them to watch it with you as well. Mowgli. It's a bit of a play on the Jungle Book, and it's very well made, and it's on Netflix now. So keep an eye out for that one. Mowgli, M-O-W, G-L-I, Mowgli on Netflix. By the way, if my mouth looks a bit funny today, down here. Remember I told you I had the orange honeycomb that I bought from Aldi, yeah? Well, I told you it was very, very hard, and I appear to have actually damaged my mouth on it. Down here is like it's as I saw, right down there, at one point, and that is sore down there. At one point, I thought that a bit of honeycomb had got trapped between my tooth and the gum, but I don't know though, so I think it's just a cut. I'll have another look in the, I won't show you. I'll have another little look in the mirror later and see if there's anything going on there. But I damaged there. When I was at my mate's house having Mowgli, he had some, watching Mowgli, he had some honeycomb as well, which had been dipped in chocolate. Just a couple of bits of that I had. And I crunched into that and it hit the top of my roof where it had like broken down under the... I didn't do hard enough with my teeth, and I think a bit got caught at the top of the roof of my mouth, and indeed there I've damaged my mouth. So that's quite dangerous stuff, that honeycomb, isn't it? Can you soften it somehow? Can you actually soften honeycomb somehow? I don't know if you can or not. Anyway, so I watched Mowgli, then came back here, had a little bit of a sleep. Woke up again about 7 o'clock. Left the house at 7:30, went swimming, got there at 8 o'clock, only 2 of us in the pool. Lovely. Thank you very much. Nice to have an empty swimming pool now and again. You don't always get it. So that was that. The boss was there last night, Trevor. Now, he's not usually there at night time, certainly not on a Sunday night time. And I said, well, what are you doing here today? He said, oh, we're very lacking in staff at the moment. This is the swimming pool, which is kind of attached to the Hilton Hotel just up the road from me here in Bracknell. It's not over expensive. It's about £46 a month I pay for that one, I think. I can't remember what rate I'm on off peak or something like that. I can't remember. They did me a special deal because I've been there 3 years now. So you get all the deals. Once you stay there, stay. Now, this doesn't always work. I have to tell you that. Okay? Often you'll find once you're with something for so long, you might get special deals. Don't include electricity companies or anything like that in that, okay? Because electricity companies, insurance companies, you get nothing for loyalty. In fact, it will cost you more. I mean, this is the ridiculous thing about insurance companies and people like that. You get more by leaving them than you do with staying in them. How on earth that works, I do not know. Because surely it must be cheaper to hold on to a customer than to try and get a new one. You would think that, wouldn't you? So that don't think that always works, but occasionally you can get something if you've been sort of a regular customer and quite loyal to someone for some time. In fact, I like to think the place that I work at, Central Station, it's the only place I work at now. I elected to only work here, and that's it. And I do 3 nights there, and that's enough for me now. At Central Station, I've been there, I think, coming up to 4 years now. And the last 3 years, I've gone, end of the year and said, oh, well, another year's gone past. Can I have a small rise? And it's always been yes. They've never said no. Never said no. And now and again, they give me chips, cups of tea, things like that. They're very understanding. If, I've got a problem, which, I don't usually have a problem, but if I had a problem, I know they'd be very understanding. I get on very well with the 2 governors and all the staff. It's a team effort. It's not you and them. It's a team effort. And they've been loyal to me. I'm loyal to them. So this year, I won't ask for a rise. It works always. It's always around. It's not all about take all the time. And so many people are like that, aren't they? Take. You almost think sometimes when you're talking to people, oh, I wonder, they're probably thinking, what can they get out of me now? Do you ever think that when you're talking to people? I do, all the time. Not so much there, though. And as I say, I've got a rise 3 years on the trot. Not going to ask for one this year. Fair's fair. Absolutely, fair's fair. So Trevor was saying that he should have had a new boy start today, actually, or last Monday, one of the two. Anyway, they run some interviews and interviewed a few people and decided that they were going to take this boy on. Right? So he was due to start last Monday. Okay, due to start last Monday. On Friday, Trevor gets the phone call and says, I'm really sorry, I'm not going to be starting Monday. The firm I'm with have offered me more money to stay. Now, bear in mind, he would have had his leaving date set probably as that Friday from his old job. If he's got his head together, he would have lined up the new job and then resigned from the old job. So presumably this person would have had to, I don't know who it was, but he would have probably had to work out, a certain amount of time. There's your leaving date. And they left it till the very last minute to offer him some more money. And the fool has taken it. The fool has taken it. Now, if you're not happy with someone, if you're not happy working, well, perhaps he was happy there, just not happy with the money, I suppose. But if you're not happy working somewhere, taking a bit of extra money to stay there is not a good idea, I don't think. If you're not happy, you've got to go, and that's it. That's the only way to do it. But never, ever, if you're young, if you're a millennial type or younger, pay attention now. Christopher's going to teach you a little lesson. Never, ever leave a job before you have the next job lined up and you have a starting date, which, of course, sounds like what this boy did. He obviously had a leaving date ready and everything. So he's rung him up on Friday and taken the bait. He's taken the bait and never started, which, of course, now leaves them. And Trevor was saying, of course, if he'd have rung, a couple of weeks ago, they could have interviewed a few more people. They could have interviewed a few more people, couldn't they? and got someone ready. Now they're short-staffed and so close to Christmas as well. Terrible, really. Terrible. But there you go. He's taken the old, the new money and all that. And, the old crap. And the company, bad feeling for the company, whoever it was he's working for leaving it. They absolutely left it till the very last minute in the hope that he'd change his mind. Isn't it awful? People just don't want to let go of it, do they, Dreadful. So that was that. Came back here, had my spaghetti arrabbiata that had been cooking all day. Very nice, thank you very much. With my hand-cut onions. Hand-cut onions. Then I watched Doctor Who. It was the last one of the series last night. Doctor Who. And as it happens, a very excellent Doctor Who it was. It was really good last night. Really enjoyed Doctor Who. But bad news for Doctor Who fans. I've already given you a bit of bad news, haven't I? And the bit of bad news is it's not on Christmas Day. Nope, they've shifted it over to New Year's Eve. Why? I do not know. Because that was a big ratings puller for BBC One, Colour, on Christmas Day, Doctor Who. And they've shoved it onto New Year's Day. Why? Don't make any sense, does it at all? Well, that's the first bit of bad news. The second bit of bad news, according to the BBC's website this morning, no Doctor Who next year. Now, they did this a couple of years ago. Do you remember? They decided there wasn't going to be a series. Why? What? I don't get it. In the BBC News site this morning, Series 11 ended on Sunday night, last night. But after the festive special on New Year's Day, Jodie Whittaker, who is an excellent Doctor Who, I've got to tell you now, she has now moved to the top of my list of Doctor Who's of recent times. Not the old lot. Not the old lot. In my mind, the best Doctor Who of all time, I think, was Jon Pertwee, followed by Ted Baker, and now third, Jodie Whittaker. Of the new lot of Doctor Who's, since it restarted with Christopher Eccleston, she is at the top. She's the best one out of the new. She's fantastic. Storylines are a bit hit and miss sometimes, but she's fantastic as the Doctor. Anyway, it says Jodie Whittaker won't be seen in the TARDIS next year. Work on the new series has indeed already begun. He said the team has been blown away by the response from audiences to the new Doctor. The first episode of the series, the first to feature a female Doctor, drew record audiences. Here we go, right? It saw the highest launch viewing figures in a decade. It's been considered a rating success. It says, as Jodie Whittaker's Doctor and friends have been winning the heart of families across the nation this autumn, we've been busy with a whole set of action-packed ventures for the 13th Doctors. But Lizzo Mazimba, it's a funny name, isn't it? The BBC's entertainment correspondent said while there was a recognition that fans might want a series every year, Doctor Who was almost uniquely complex filming requirements and a lengthy post-production period. So he added that New Year's Day episode could have been planned so that 2019 won't be a totally Doctor Who free year. So that's it. I mean, that's just such a shame. I don't know why. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could have another series out, couldn't they? But apparently not. So no Doctor Who next year. That's upset you, isn't it? Eh? Isn't it upsetting? After Doctor Who, I came up here, done some paperwork, and I had to go again about trying to get rid of these automatically playing videos. Is that annoying you as well? You're like on news sites. The Daily Mail and The Sun and the Daily Mirror are particularly annoying, where you're trying to read a news story and suddenly this video comes across the screen and starts playing. So far, I've stopped the auto-playing Chrome setting. That hasn't stopped it. I now have installed, I've had installed for a while, ad blocker. That doesn't stop it. And last night I installed, I think it's called ghosting. Is it ghosting? Yeah, ghostery, which is like an ad blocker type thing. Ghostery as well. And that hasn't stopped it. So if anyone knows how to stop these blimmin' annoying videos that keep automatically playing along with adverts and things like that on the papers, do let me know and I'll have a go at that. because none of these things are working. It's so annoying. You may have noticed sometimes I'm reading a news story and suddenly, oh, hang on a minute, there's an advert playing. And it pops over the screen and then we can't see anything. So very, very annoying that. And after that, I went to bed. That was my day yesterday. Just to let you know, there's no show tomorrow morning. I'll be going up north as usual later on today. My sister's coming around sort of early-ish tomorrow morning, unless I get up at 6 o'clock. Would you like a show at 7 tomorrow morning? No, I didn't think so. Who's going to be up on there? No, poor old Claire will be like that. Is that really him? My sister and my niece are coming around tomorrow morning because we've got to do a little bit of Christmas shopping at a place. I think it's Spalding, the name of the area. Spalding. They have not designer outlet, but outlet shops. Where things are supposedly cheaper. But I mean, I don't know if they're going to be that much cheaper this close to Christmas. I doubt that very much. But we will see. We will see. So that's what we're doing tomorrow morning. Maybe tomorrow night. But if there's a show tomorrow night, it'd be quite late. Sort of 10:30, 11 o'clock. But I can't promise that, okay? So maybe no show tomorrow. Keep an eye out. Have your little notification things switched on, whether you're on Periscope, YouTube, or Vaughan Live, or Facebook Live, of course. Keep that switched on and you get a little ping or something like that when I'm doing a show. So hopefully tomorrow night, but definitely not tomorrow morning. Okay, let's say hello to some of you this morning. Good morning to Maureen. Morning, Maureen. Welcome to our little show this morning, Maureen. She's in London. Simon Keen's there. He says, reference to your O2 comment, people should accept that there's been a fault with their phones and just move on. If your business relies on phone service, have a backup plan. If your sat-nav breaks down, have a UK map in the car. Idiots they are. Yeah, you should always have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. For example, in my fridge at the moment, there are 2 pints of milk. One and another one in case that one runs out. There's my backup plan for tea. Eh? Don't get much better than that. Thank you, Simon. And Simon also says, hi, Chris. So Cheryl Cole has been sacked. Give her a job co-presenting this show, and you can change the name from United Kingdom Talk to Mr. and Mrs. Chop Chop Show. Mr. and Mrs. Chop Chop. He's on another planet, Simon Keane. I'll tell you that now. Let's see. Where are we? Facebook Live, Mark Jones. Good morning. A millennial is in the house. Good morning, Mark. June is there. Good morning, June. First time I've seen you there. Welcome to our little show. Rod Brown. Good morning, Rod. Hope you're well, sir. Mark Jones says, hope everyone is well this morning and is really good day. Lots of love from a millennial. A millennial sending out love to older people. Who ever thought that would happen? Good morning, Mark. Ray Reynolds is coming along to the karaoke tonight. You can watch the karaoke tonight, boys and girls. Now, the best place to watch it is not on Facebook Live, but on YouTube, because Facebook Live keeps cutting us off. Oh, you got copyright issues. Well, it's people doing karaoke. I just failed to see how someone is going to record unless of course it's me. Unless of course it's me singing, I failed to see how someone is going to record one of our karaoke singers, and that's going to stop them buying the original record. I mean, it's just madness. But there we are. That's how it is. We do get cut off on Facebook often, the karaoke live stream. So the best way to watch it is via the YouTube stream. And you can find that by going to youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK, along with everything else I do. All right, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Morning to Dr. SOS Grigori. Morning to you, sir. Edward Oliver is there, who enjoys the show. Good morning again, Edward. Second time for you, isn't it? Welcome along. Diane Jebb, hello. Tony Antonsinen, I can't say your name, mate. Tony Antonisen says, this is the intro. Too long, haven't got all day. Okay, we'll go then. If you haven't got all day, fine. Goodbye. Katie Anderson, good morning to you, is loving our Christmas backdrop of Santa on a sleigh. Jingle bells. Where's Kyle? Kyle, I hope to say your name. Good morning to you. Dino is in the house. Good morning, young Dino. Oh, is that everyone? Oh, that was quick, wasn't it? Didn't take too long. Over on YouTube, Tim Partington is first there on YouTube. Good morning, Tim. Followed very close by Claire, who's promising me. Well, you can give him a keyring if you want to, Claire. I haven't got any to give away. There's no keyrings here, dear. Morning, Claire. John Parrish. Good morning, John Parrish. Paul and Lou in Birmingham. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tim loves the new United Kingdom Talk Christmas intro. The only because you've never seen the intro of a show before. Well, there you are. It's the same all the time. People often say, why is there such a long intro? And I always tell you why. The reason is, it gives you 5 minutes to realise there's something about to happen. Therefore, when I start, I'm not talking to anyone. That is the reason for that, okay? It's more like a start-up than an intro. It's like a start-up. It's like a start-up. The intro is like the 5-second bit that's Christmassy at the moment. That's the intro. The 5-minute thing before it is a start-up. That's what it's for. Good morning to Right Side Up on Vaughan Live. Morning to you. Mowgli apparently is also showing in selected cinemas for those that don't have Netflix. Oh, is that right? I didn't know that. What cinemas is it in, Tim? Perhaps we can inform people. Ah, there we are. A couple of Curzon cinemas this lunchtime, in fact. So keep an eye out if you haven't got, if you don't have Netflix. Katie won't have. Oh, we won't get to see that. We won't. What Netflix? Have you not got Netflix, Katie? Oh, it's very good. It's only £10 a month. Dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. I have to tell you. Honeycomb, heat it up, it softens. Ah, okay, well, I'll take that on board. If I buy some again, would it be all right in a microwave, honeycomb, or will it start bursting all over the place? It's terribly sticky, isn't it, honeycomb? If you've got a loose filling, it'll soon have that out your mouth, won't it? There we are. Tim, HMV Curzon, which is in Wimbledon. That's the HMV record store in Wimbledon. Also Curzon Mayfair and Curzon Victoria, which is just off Victoria Street, if you haven't got Netflix to see the film Mowgli, is it? Did I say Mowgli? It's Mowgli. Mowgli. I think Mowgli like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, and it's Tim's birthday party tonight. I think... Now, I did have a look. You're in Bluches in Camden tonight, aren't you, Tim, for your birthday party? So have a nice time there. All right. Scrolling now. Please hold. Scrolling. Trying not to miss things. Craig Haddington, a very good morning to you, Craig. Welcome to the show. I do miss messages sometimes. You must understand, by the way, gang, there's a lot coming in now, and it's difficult to try and keep up with them. So, if I miss them sometimes, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. It's just impossible to keep up with all the messages sometimes. Let's have a look. At the right angle, you have antlers growing out your head. Is that right? Oh, yeah, look. Katie does have Netflix. I'm glad. What's your favourite shows on Netflix, Katie? I like Anne with an E. We've got Star Trek coming back next year, I believe. Star Trek Discovery. A friend of mine, Danny, his name is, he tried the one Discovery because, of course, the first series is still on. That is a Netflix program, isn't it now, Star Trek? He saw the first couple of shows of Discovery from the first series at the weekend, and he's well impressed with it. It's a good series. Star Trek Discovery is fantastic, and so much better than that ghastly Enterprise. Do you remember that series? Enterprise, Star Trek Enterprise. That was just awful. Awful. There you are. Tim's also got a birthday tomorrow. Birthday party. He's got the whole week different places he's going to. He's at Lock 17, which is in Camden as well tomorrow. That's still. I didn't know that one was still going. Edward, Merry Christmas, ladies. Merry Christmas, Mr. Chris Reardon. Are you ready to sing a little Jingle Bells? Do you want me to sing that? Do you want me to sing that? With music? Do you want it with music? I'm sure I could find that on here somewhere. One moment, please. Trying to connect you. Please hold the line. Let's see if we can find a little bit of Jingle Bells here. Ba, 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 ba. If it comes up, there we are. Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells. Okay. One moment, please. Here it is. Here it is. In the style of traditional. Here we are. In the style of traditional. You ready? Here we go. Here we go. It's coming. It's coming, Phil. Good morning, Edward. Morning, Russ. Oh, where's our... no music. Why is there no music? Oh, unmute. Just a moment, please. Here we go. 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 Ready? Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. There we are, that's enough of that, dear. It's enough jingle bells for one day. Especially for Edward. There you go. Morning. Morning to Roy Brownlow, who's been setting up for a day's filming. Or what are you filming? I hope it's none of those dodgy films. Won't be able to see any of those on Tumblr soon. Oh, poor old Paul and Lou in Birmingham. It's raining there already. Never mind. Never mind. I'm not singing it all, Katie. Not doing it all. There we are. Right side up also says if you heat honeycomb, it softens up. Joanna, how rude. She said she's forgotten her earplugs. Rude, dear. Rude. All right. Want to say hello also to Coco Bungie today, who watches on YouTube. Usually watches on the catch-up. Is not usually with us live, I don't think so. Good morning to Coco Bungie as tall. Joe, you've been muted now, darling. John Parrish has muted you for your rudeness. Oh, I beg your pardon. You muted me or Joe? Make your mind. Can you be more specific, John? We're not sure what you're talking about there, dear. Hello to UK English. Welcome to our show there. Mr. UK English. Let's see. Have we read everyone out today? I think we're all right today. Not too many of us here today, so we might actually get through all the messages, which is good. Paul and Lou says my screen has froze, thankfully. We'll pay your internet bill and it won't freeze anymore. Rightio, let's get going then. What else have we got on the show today? Just watching the BBC News. I don't know if you've seen the news yet, but the European Court of Parliament, or whatever it is, some European court, have now said that if we want to cancel Brexit, that's okay. We don't need permission of any of the other... is another spanner in the works. We don't need permission of any of the other countries, okay? And not only that, we would be exactly where we were before we left. We haven't got to rejoin anything. We haven't got to sign up to anything new. Nothing like that. We can just carry on as we were. Now, that's going to upset all the Brexiteers, I'm sure. And I have a feeling it will also upset all the other European leaders. Because I'm sure they want to punish us for even thinking about leaving, dear. Even thinking about leaving. So that's another interesting, another spanner in the works there. The entire country is in crisis. And it's just a good job that I'm sitting here trying to take your mind off that for one or 2 minutes a day, don't you think? So that's the latest thing in the news this morning. Oh dear. Russ says, sing Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas. No, I'm sick. I get sick to death of hearing that one. I think my favourite Christmas one is probably Mistletoe and Wine. Maureen sings that at the karaoke. Child, da, 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 da. That one. And, oh, what's the other one? Another slowy type one. I can't remember what it was. And I like A Winter's Tale. A Winter's Tale, a very, very dear friend of mine she's no longer with us. She's been gone a few years now. Her name was Gwen. And she used to come along to various different karaokes, actually. Black Cap she came. She was regular at the Black Cap for the karaoke. She used to come to Belushi's, the Hammersmith one and the London Bridge one. And we lost her some years ago. She liked David Essex. She loved David Essex. She really did. Good. Right, what else have we got here? Now, talking of Christmas, here's some good news. TK Maxx. You ever go to TK Maxx? Somewhere where I don't think I've only ever been there once. I think to TK Maxx. Well, in today's Daily Mail, it says no matter what age you are, there's very little about this time of year that isn't wonderful. And let's be honest, the concept of getting presents from our loved ones is enough to excite big and small kids alike. Getting presents is lovely, but as I've said before, don't give a present to someone just for the sake of getting them a present. It's just a complete and utter waste of money. You think, you give them, I don't know, what can I think? Okay, a little plastic thing of soaps and things like that. All right, they get used, but did they really want one of those? Is there any excitement in getting like a little box of plastic soap, a plastic box with a couple of soaps in it? or an aftershave or something like that. There's no excitement in that. It's just, don't bother. I wouldn't think any different of anyone if they hadn't bought me a present. Wouldn't bother me in the slightest. I think there's an awful lot of people out there who seem to just want to get what they can out of you, if you see what I mean. Don't be doing that. And even worse than that is when you buy a present that is completely and utterly useless to someone. Let me think. Perhaps a back scratcher. Okay, so you open the back scratcher. Oh, ha, 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 Christmas Day, here's a back scratcher which you'll use while you're sitting there watching the telly on Christmas Day, although not Doctor Who because it's not on. And then what's going to happen to it? Get shoved on the side. Are you ever going to use that again? Of course you're not. Stuff like that is just a complete and utter waste of money. You might as well give them 20 quid only to have it go straight in the bin. Would you do that? No, of course you wouldn't. Don't feel you need to buy everyone a present, even if they've bought you one. And don't say, well, if they've spent 30 quid on me, I need to spend 30 quid on them. This is where all the businesses are making money out of, I swear, out of presents that are completely and utterly useless. Unnecessary. The story back in the TK Maxx, in the Daily Mail again. What if there was a way to get your mittens or designer gifts for the rest of the year free? Well, TK Maxx and a mischievous, never-ending stocking called Stocko could be the answer to your prayers. Here's how you can get a good dose of Christmas cheer for an entire year and get gifts for everyone in your life in the process. Those generous lot at TK Maxx have come up with an absolute belter of a present. Presents every month delivered to your door. Just imagine all those wonderful boxes appearing. Be like ordering stuff from Amazon every day, wouldn't it? All you have to do is you and your family will be inundated with TK Maxx goodies across 2019, meaning you'll be in a festive mood until Christmas comes around again. All you have to do is find yourself a rather naughty but nice Stocko, the star of TK Maxx's amazing festive advert, who's hiding in stores across the country between now and Christmas Eve. But hurry up, several lucky shoppers have already sought him out. While you're on the hunt for Stocko and his never-ending gift lists, you can fill the stockings of your loved ones this year. The best thing about TK Maxx is that you'll find something for everyone. So that's good, isn't it? So go into a TK Maxx and see if you can find, what's its name again? Stocko. Stocko, which is this long, everlasting Christmas stocking. And you'll get loads of presents all year. Some are probably which you won't want. But TK Maxx, yeah, I've only been in there twice. I think they're good on sheets and that sort of thing. You know, I've got my my flannelette sheets on there, which I put on a couple of months ago now. Same up north. Well, I'm a little bit concerned up north because I don't have my heating on. I only tend to put it on while I'm up there. I wonder if it's going to be... I don't want damp clothes. I might have to just leave a heater on up there all the time, I think. Possibly. John says, I'd love to buy you a present. What would it be, John? Would it be a new caravan? A brand new caravan with central heating, please. I'd like one of those. I don't want a back scratcher, Paul and Lou. No. John's waiting for the pound shop January sales. Well, that's you all over, isn't it, John? Let's be honest. Charity deals shops have good deals in January. Or or a new padlock for his wallet. Now, you won't need to put a padlock on my wallet, John. I don't carry cash. Very rare. I rarely... if I go out the door, I'll rarely have more than £10 on me. I'm always running out of money in Aldi. Oh, I didn't tell you. I got a dodgy £20 note from work the other day. Honestly, I got a dodgy... I was so embarrassed. So I went to the bank, put the money in, and it kept chucking this 20 quid out. But the machine in the bank often does that. This is Saturday. So I'd kept £20 in two £10 notes in my thing. I swapped it over, put the two tens in and carried on. When I went to Aldi later on, got to the till, she put all the stuff through, took the £20. She said, oh, I don't think that's a real one. And she put a little line across it, and it wasn't. Dodgy £20 note. It can only have come from my place of work, so I immediately rung them up. I said, "Oh, just bring it in, we'll give you another one." So that was all sorted. But I had a dodgy £20 note. Can you believe it? Don't think I've had one of those before. Let's have a look here. Let's just scroll up there. One moment, please. Katie wants 2 front teeth for Christmas. All I won't want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. My 2 front teeth. My 2... I know that one. We don't seem to sing that one in church very often, Katie. Along with the other Christmas songs. Oh, Edward's going to be alone. Oh, Edward. Never mind, you've always got the telly to keep you company, but not Doctor Who. Not Doctor Who. Russ is going to buy me a present. Well, I hope so. Can I have a new caravan, please? Larger than the one I've got with central heating, please. Can I have one of those? Perhaps you could all get together and maybe the combination of all your lovely money together. Maureen would put in a couple of thousand, wouldn't you, Maureen? Eh? Anyway, that's that there. Now, Ant and Dec. Are you a fan of Ant and Dec? Of course, we've only had Dec this year because Ant's had his drinking problems. But in the Daily Mirror this morning, Ant has been out of public eye for the best part of a year. That the Mirror Online can now exclusively reveal he's set to be back on our screens next spring when he rejoins Britain's Got Talent. Have you ever been on that? Or have you ever watched that, Britain's Got Talent? I kind of watched it for a while. And I've got to say, they have a lot of dance groups on, don't they? Usually young people, horrendously energetic. And they're really good, most of them. Usually young people doing dancing and jumping around on each other. I'm sorry, it just leaves me cold. I don't know why. I mean, there's an enormous amount of talent in being able to do that. You've seen them, haven't you? Young, they tend to be sort of 30 and below, with a majority, I think, in their early 20s. And they're dancing around on stage and they jump on each other's shoulders and up in the sky. And they're very, very good. And they do what I call it like sudden dancing. They move like that. And how do they do that thing with their heads, don't they? How do you do that? Can you do that? Katie, can you do that with your head when they do the dancing? And I watch it and I think it's really good, but it just leaves me cold. It don't do anything for me. So I don't really watch Britain's Got Talent. Anyway, Ant's going to be back on. He's 43, plans to be reunited with his telly partner, Dec, after taking the last 10 months off to recover from booze and prescription drug addiction. An insider revealed he's been working with ITV bosses to get a date in the diary for his return. Probably running out of money, especially after the divorce. Has he been divorced yet, Ant? Can't remember now. He'll be back filming with Dec and Stephen Mulhern for Britain's Got Talent in mid-January. It's sure to be an emotional reunion for them all. For the first round of auditions, kick off next month. So there we are. I mean, if you're an Ant fan, he's coming back on the telly next year, okay, in Britain's Got Talent. Katie loved that song. Oh, it's a nice song, isn't it? It's a nice song, Katie. Up here in Birmingham, you can get those £20 notes for a tenner. Is that right? Can you order me some? Yeah, but they don't take them in the shops. As I found out. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I mean, the very fact that the bank machine chucks it out, well, that seems to happen all the time. I don't know if it's the same way your bank is. I'm not with the HSBC, but that particular bank. Now, that bank seems to cope better with notes. If I'm putting some money in someone's account and it's HSBC, their little money machine is different from the others. It's like a little thing that opens. It's like like a square box like that. Say have I got a box here or something? Have I got a box? I'll use this bus. It's like a box like that, okay? And so where the hole is, this is in the blank, not outside at the machine, within so you go into the bank and there's all these machines there, a couple of them deposit ones, and it's like flat there. And you push this button, you enter the account that you're going to put it in, you put in your numbers, and you push a button and it goes, and this thing opens like that. And you literally drop your money into a hole like that. And it's like a box. It's like a box. It doesn't disappear. It's like a box like that. And then you close the lid like that. and it goes, and then it tells you how much is there, and it takes it away from you, and I don't know, disappears down some metal chute somewhere, probably into the bowels of the earth, never to be seen again. And I've never ever had any notes rejected from that machine. The bank I go to is one of those where you fold your notes, make sure there's no folds or creases, and you put it in this little slot, and slowly it draws it in. It draws it in. And then that does it, makes noises. And more often than not, up comes a message telling you that some or all of your money has been rejected. And then out of the little hole comes several notes or one note. And more often than not, it happens. You know, if you're putting in a couple of £100 in tenors, for example, that's a lot of notes, and it will reject some, and then you flatten it out, put it back in, and it usually takes it, or it might reject it again. You turn it over the other way, put it in, it may or may not take it and reject it again. And it's always a bit of a problem, that machine, to be honest. You're better off to go up there and just hand it into the little, the ladies at the window, but there can be a long queue there. So when it was chucking this 20 quid out, I was none the wiser. I didn't for one moment think it was a fake one. A fake £20 note in my pocket. Is that illegal? I'm sure that's illegal. I would have been done. They could have come. I bet they would have taken my printer away. He must be printing out his own £20 notes. Huh, yeah, right. On a black and white printer. Are you going to get colours? What do you think I do? Print notes out and then colour them in. What colour is a 20? It's mauve. Is it purple? I think a £20 note's purple, isn't it? John says, what Friday? What day is Good Friday on next year? I don't know, John, but I will check it out, and hopefully you'll be the one who's crucified this year. It's a terrible thing to say, isn't it? John Parrish is hoping to be crucified next year on Good Friday. United Kingdom Talk television cameras will be there to cover the event. All right. Hello to Right Side Up, who's over there in Canada. And Merry Christmas to you, Right Side Up. All right. Good. What else have we got here? Did you see Little Mix? Oh, my God. They were on Strictly Come Dancing. And they were clothed. They had clothes on. Except they were awful. Absolutely dreadful clothes. In the Sun this morning, Strictly Come Dancing fans joked that Little Mix were finally wearing some clothes as they performed on the show. Viewers teased the girl band, who took to the stage during the semi-final results of the BBC One dance show at the weekend. During the semi-final results show, the girls performed their song Woman Like Me. The band, who recently posed naked with insults written on their bodies for their song Strip, took to the stage to promote their new single as well. So they were there. People were taking the mick that the fact that they actually had clothes on at last. But the clothes they wore were just awful. One girl, I'm looking at them now, she had these awful flares on. And they must be the ugliest girl band there has ever been. I have to say that. I'm sorry, they're just not pretty. Bananarama, beautiful. You know, the Supremes, beautiful. Even, dare I say it, the Spice Girls were reasonable looking, but not this lot. They must have gone down an ugly shop and chosen 4 ugly people, to, in this case girls, to go on and be in a band. They're awful. And they've got no dress sense whatsoever. That's when they are wearing clothes. One of them, she's got these flared, they're not flared, they're like bell bottoms. And like a basque thing at the top there. She looks dreadful. Another girl has got like trousers which seem to come up here. The waist is up here. Now, one of them, she's not too bad. She's got this little black, like, skirty dress type number on. And the other one has got like a raincoat on. Who is dressing these people? Ghastly. Absolutely ghastly what they look like. Anyone see that? I'm not a fan of... I don't watch the Strictly Come Dancing thing, I must admit. Not because it's not good, because I think it is good. It's really good. It's very well made. It's very sparkly and very, very showbiz Saturday night. But it's not really my cup of tea watching people run around and all that. Okay. Katie says, our $20 note is orange. Is it? Oh, I didn't know that. I don't want $20. I've got... American $20. All the American notes are green, aren't they? They're all green. Good Friday next year is the 19th of April. Yes. I think he wanted to know what day it's on, so that will be Friday, won't it? Good. Let's have a look there. All right. What else have we got? Aha! Now, are you feeling tired and stupid? Well, I think to me, most of you are looking tired and stupid this morning, I have to be honest with you. Well, there might be a reason for that, according to the Daily Mail this morning. Look at this. Surging levels of greenhouse gases, probably more in your house. Who is that who farts all the time? Is it you? Who's doing all the farting? Surging levels of greenhouse gases could make people feel tired, forgetful, and stupid, scientists claim. John, you are definitely foolish. There must be something better you can do than sit here watching this, John. Try and find something of importance in your sad, lonely, pathetic life. Then sitting here watching this. I wouldn't be watching this. I certainly wouldn't be watching this, no. Afternoon fatigue, the slump that office workers often experience, could become a worldwide problem due to surging levels in carbon dioxide. A factor in sick building syndrome is higher carbon dioxide levels in poorly ventilated workplaces, which can make workers feel lethargic, low in energy and slow. Who's feeling slow this morning? Is that you? Slow. The Sunday Times has reported. But increased levels of carbon dioxide could not just affect office workers, but the entire population by the end of the century. Oh, well, none of you lot will be there then, will they? You know, all these people who are with us today, isn't that amazing when you think about it? Everyone who's watching this show today will probably be dead by the end of the century. Not me. Not me. I intend to be here for many, many years. Many, many years. It's the first research by scientists to warn about the toxic effect that raised greenhouse gases can have on humans. The raised levels of carbon dioxide would be driven by the burning of fossil fuels. We all need solar panels and little windmills. Like Windy Miller did on Chigley or Trumpton, one of those two. Do you remember the sound, Windy Miller, when they had Windy Miller? La da 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 da. Windy Miller. We remember Windy Miller. Burning old coal and natural gas are the leading causes of carbon dioxide emissions driving climate change. So there you go. They say human cognitive performance declines with an increase in CO2, the researchers have wrote in the paper. So there we are. That's why it is, boys and girls, that you're sitting there thinking to yourself now, that explains why I am as thick as a plank. Am I right? Are you feeling a little bit thick this morning? I'm sure you are. Tim, just looking back at the Little Mix performance, I don't remember the girl who's third in the line being the actual group, and you're right about the flares. They are awful. Oh, she's got these... Who is dressing those people, for God's sake? It can't be a gay bloke. We got a lot of fashion designers who are gay blokes. They wouldn't dress them like that. It's got to be a straight bloke dressing them girls. Is it you, John Parrish? Are you dressing them? You ain't got no idea, mate. Tim says Perry, who is the one in the dress, is probably the better dressed of the four. Yeah, she is. That little black number she's got is actually quite feminine. Quite nice. Quite nice indeed. Jess's lips have too much lipstick on them. Are they her lips? Or have they been injected into something as well? Claire, I loved Trumpton and Camberwick Green. Windy Miller and Mrs. Honeymoon as well. And do you remember the firemen? Pew, Pew, Barney McGrew, Tuffbert, Billy and Grub. Da 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 da. Wonderful children's programs we had when we were kids, Claire, eh? Wonderful. What they got now? Bananas in pyjamas? Teletubbies? What a load of old crap, dear. Bring back Trumpton, that's what I say. Paul and Lou had a curry Saturday night. I definitely contributed yesterday to the problem of global warming. I think you did. There you are, look, Tim's written it as well there. Pew pew, Barney McGrew. Yeah, we do indeed. Good morning, Merry Christmas to you. Someone with the Arabic writing there. I don't know what that says, actually. Are you able to... I always feel a bit rude saying this. Where you've got like Arabic writing. I don't know how to say that. Can you write your name in... Do you mind? Could you write your name in English and I can read it out for you then? He is in Iraq, so Iraq type writing. Are you able to do English? Or cause I just don't know how to say that. That's not nice to say that, but I'm really sorry. I don't know how to say your name like that. But if you put it in English, I'll be able to read it out to you. Who says... He's also got a sense of humour as well. I like that. Thank you very much. Katie, your dog Mac. Mac the I'm Mac the dog diddle. No, that's wrong. That's a Jake the Peg, that one, isn't it? Where do you get your energy? T. I'm teetotal. I'm absolutely Tim Total, you know. Tim Total. Tim says, Peppa Pig, which has a live channel now on YouTube. Maybe we should have live YouTube channels dedicated to kids' programmes. Come on, BBC, you can give them some bot sets and iPlayers. Yeah, I would assume that Camberwick Green and all that stuff is on YouTube. I gather there's some sort of European directive at the moment that's going on, which may limit the YouTube videos that we see. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Probably something to do with copyright issues or something like that. Once again, I don't know. Be terrible. Right, I've got one more story for you on the show today, boys and girls, and that's about David Beckham. Except not quite. Not quite. In the Sun this morning, a David Beckham wannabe, okay, who claimed he spent £33,000 to try and look like the star. Now, of course, we've also got the other bloke, haven't we? The other bloke who wants to look like Ken from Barbie, you know, Ken and Barbie. He spent a fortune on his house, on his face. And there's another one who wants to look like Diana Ross, isn't there? Isn't there someone who wants to look like Diana? Oh, no, that was Michael Jackson, wasn't it? Michael Jackson spent a fortune because he wanted to look like Diana Ross. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, he said he's vowed to never give up wanting to look like David Beckham. Now, there is a picture, which I can't show you, unfortunately, of this. He's not a man, he's a boy. He's a boy. He's not that old. He's 22, there we go. The 22-year-old who spent 24 hours in a coma, he fell asleep while cooking potato waffles and set his ass alight. I know someone, and he was a lovely lad. He was. I'm going back here maybe at least 10 years now, and he'd been out on the lash one night, and went back to his flat, put some chips on, and fell asleep and died in the fire. Isn't that terrible? Terrible. You mustn't leave, even in like the safety fryers. Things can go wrong. The little thermostats in these things, so things go wrong. You know, you never know when something's going to go wrong, do you? Even the simplicity of like driving somewhere, you can be going, you know, driving at 70 mile an hour, and suddenly, for some unknown reason, the tyre goes bang. Life is full of dangers. But I would never, ever, I don't have one here actually, I haven't got a chip fat fire at all. Years ago, I was married once, and we had a flat in Battersea. And one night, I think we had chips. And I went up to go to the toilet. I walked past the kitchen and there's smoke coming out of the chip pan, and she'd left it on. And I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "The chip fat." And at that point, it went up, like they go, like so it goes up. Now everyone knows everyone knows you don't chuck water on a chip pan fire. But I panicked, and that's exactly what I did. I knew from a small child that you don't chuck water on oil fires. But in that situation, for that split second, I thought, oh my God, what do I do? Water will be fine. And of course it's not. And up it went even further. She came back calmly, put I think a towel or I remember it was a tea towel. It was a tea towel. Put the tea towel in some water, wrung it out, and placed it over there, and it went out very quickly. Never ever leave a chip, and since then I've never had one. I won't have one. Won't have a chip thing in here. Well, mind you, I wouldn't use it now anyway. Do Slimmer's World oven chips. Slimmer's World chips in the oven is what I do. Now, this 22-year-old told the newspaper Nottinghamshire Live, I will not stop trying to look like David Beckham until I'm dead. I do not look like David Beckham now, so even if someone gave me £1 million, I still wouldn't look like him, but I will keep trying. I mean, and he doesn't look anything like him. He's spent 33 grand and he looks nothing like he's got a little fat face, dear. David Beckham hasn't got a fat face. I'm not a fan of Beckham, but he's certainly not got a fat face. Oh, dear. Jack's home was completely destroyed and he's staying with friends and family. He woke up to find his flat covered in smoke and didn't realise a deodorant can was inside the duvet he threw over the fire. Jack, who calls himself Jack Beckham, added, it's exploded, it threw me back onto the banister. So nasty. He's had a blooming lucky escape, this boy. He first hit the headlines when he claimed he'd spiralled into thousands of pounds worth of debt in his quest to look like David Beckham. He appeared on the ITV programme This Morning and did a series of interviews about the apparent surgeries, but later admitted he had lied about the whole thing. Oh, right. What, didn't he I mean, and there's a picture of him and David Beckham, neither of them. I mean, he's got a bit of makeup on and a bit of stubble, but he don't look anything like David Beckham. Very strange. So that story is not clear, is it? Did he have the operations or not? Let's have a look here. He claimed he had spent thousands of pounds worth of... He claimed he had spiraled into thousands of pounds worth of debt in his quest to look like David Beckham, but later admitted he had lied about the whole thing. Oh. I can't understand that story. I'm coming out of that one. I did read that earlier. Isn't that funny? It doesn't make sense at all, that story, does it? Paul and Lou say, I was amazed how Windy Miller never got caught by those windmill blades. Oh, yeah, we used to watch that as a child, didn't you? Any minute now, that blade is going to knock over Windy Miller, and it never did it? La da 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 da. I'm going to watch that on YouTube when I finish the show. Katie, fire blankets are good for that sort of fire. Yes, you just put them straight over the top of it and it suffocates the fire, doesn't it? Paul and Lou say they just looked at this bloke. He looks nothing like David Beckham. Well, he doesn't. They say he looks like a fat Al Murray, the pub landlord. Russ says it was Jade in the dress on Saturday night, the black dress. Perry was wearing the coat. That coat looks like a dirty old man's coat, isn't it? It looks like something you'd wear, Russ, actually, going around and flashing at people as you walk around. All right, let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Well, I can't believe that. I've got through all my stories today. That's a real achievement, actually, getting through all the stories that I pulled out to read to you. We don't usually get that far. Righty-ho, happy birthday today to my friend Jason Prince, singer, DJ and drag queen now as well. Jason Prince, 45 years old today on this Monday the 10th of December 2018. Happy birthday, Jason. Paul Catton, good morning, Paul. Happy birthday to you. Steve James, DJ Steve James today is 61 years old. Happy birthday, Steve. David Furphy, morning, David. Happy birthday. Christopher Williams is 42 years old today. James Clayton is 27 years old today. And Jennifer Fernandez is 33 years old today. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Tonight, it's Monday night, and I'll be hosting karaoke this evening, starting at 7:30 and finishing at 11 o'clock. That's at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. We have some lovely people come down there, some right characters who will love you if you love them. Please clap when they've sung their song. Monday night karaoke. Join us in North London from 7:30 at Central Station Bar, 37 Wharfdale Road, London, N1 9ST. That's it for the show today. Thanks very much for joining us. Don't forget, there's no show tomorrow morning because I'm out doing some shopping tomorrow. Might be one tomorrow night, if not Wednesday morning. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you again very soon. Have a nice Monday. Bye-bye now.